Hey guys, welcome to my new video, and the first thing I want to say is thank you guys. This is the 300 subs special. I am making a little something extra for the community. I've really appreciated your comments over the past couple of days. It's really been incredible. I've personally been going through some hard times lately, and hearing your really positive comments have been incredible, and I'm featuring some of them on screen right now. You guys are really awesome. I asked you guys last time about your fan theories, and I'm gonna play some music and let you guys see kind of what some of these people wrote, and I just really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy the video. I know there's this big debate between people who are on Team Hina and Team Rui in the domestic girlfriend community. But one thing that I have seen is there's just a lot of hate between both sides. And some would say there's good reason for this. I would disagree. I kind of want to make something that can bring us together a little bit. It reminds me of a comment that I got a couple videos back from a guy named GurgleX. He pretty much just said he wishes that I was on Team Rui. Now that got me to thinking. There was actually a time that I was on Team Rui. It was only like an hour. But as I was reading Domestic Girlfriend, I saw some things that Rui did that kind of made me feel like, wow, am I on the right team? But then I felt like if I went fully for Team Rui and I jumped off of my ship and I became Team Rui, I would be betraying Hina. But I wanted to make this video to pretty much say that I don't hate Rui. And to Rui fans, I don't hate you guys. This video is basically going to be me explaining why I like Rui as a character, even though I'm a Hina fan. The first thing that I want to talk about is compatibility. I think they're compatible with each other in the sense of their careers, because as you can see from this first panel that I have here, from the very first chapter of Domestic Girlfriend, Natsuo is hard at work working on his novel. And similarly to Rui, this is in the first, I think this is chapter 3 or chapter 4 or something like that, but Rui ends up helps Hina. Really, Rui made the first dinner that we see Natsuo eat. Rui has been good at cooking from the very beginning. Honestly, I don't know who would want to be with somebody who can cook. You know what I'm saying? You can run into that kitchen and be cooking some food. Man, that's good. But also, career-wise, this is something that she's been talented at. She didn't know that this is what she wanted to do until a little bit later in the story, and I'll be talking about that. But from the very beginning, Rui has been very talented at these things. Not to say that Hina doesn't have any talent, but for the purposes of this video, this man and this woman are very talented and they come together. So that's the first thing. I think they're compatible career-wise. And I'll talk about more compatibility when it comes to emotions and stuff like that a little bit later. So later in the story, we see Natsuo taking the next step as far as his writing. He's no longer just writing on rooftops. He is writing with one of the most successful Japanese authors of his time, Togen Sensei. This is a big deal. And later, we also see Rui being featured being a chef in New York City. This is incredible. These people are on it when it comes to their career, and I think that they can help encourage each other and goad each other on to be successful. The second thing I want to talk about is Rui's strong sense of justice. I couldn't think of a whole lot of examples of this, but the biggest one is when Rui pretty much completely disapproves of Hina's relationship with Shu, who's in a married relationship. Hina was dating him, hoping that maybe he'll eventually leave her husband, his wife. So Rui does not stand for this. I think that she has a really strong sense of justice, and I love that about Rui. She takes a stand. She doesn't just say, oh, well, this is happening and that's my sister and all this type of stuff. She goes out of her way. She helps conspire with Natsuo to stop this thing. And I think that's great. So the third thing I want to talk about, once again, I'm coming back to cooking, man. I like that about Rui. She can walk in that kitchen. She cook. Who doesn't want a woman that can cook? I mean, It's gonna be a little bit of post-edit, but imagine that old grandma woman, that was Rui. You know what I'm saying? You know, what's your best Thanksgiving dinner you've ever eaten? The best Christmas dinner you've ever eaten, man. That's Rui right there. She's a chef. Who doesn't want a chef? That's what I like about Rui. Look, man, that's Thanksgiving. You got Christmas. It's gonna be good if you with Rui. You know what I'm saying? I could taste it now. So let's go ahead and go to the fourth point. I believe that Rui has overcome a lot of things. She has a very overcoming spirit. That's kind of how I'm going to put this. When she encountered her dad for the first time in years, even though her dad left her, her mom, and basically abandoned their family, she didn't understand what happened. But instead of when her dad lets Rui know about what's going on, instead of running away or refusing to listen to her father's plea for forgiveness, instead of refusing to hear the real, true story of what happened, she actually is open to listening. She's actually willing to let go of the bitterness of her past in order to take on a better future. And ultimately, this leads to her finding her passion, her absolute joy in life, which is cooking for other people. You see, her dad was a chef all along and always has been. And Rui didn't even understand that her talent for cooking has become something that has become almost a part of her identity. So she wants to have a career that can speak to that. And she's able to work with her father in this, even though he had abandoned the family. That takes a really strong person to be able to do that, to be able to kind of move past some past move past the past, know what I'm saying? But anyways, it takes a lot of courage to move past some of the difficult and challenging things that have happened in your past. And I kind of want to highlight one thing. Let's see if I can find it. She says, I found it. I found my vocation. Huh? The thing I want to do. The thing I can do well. I'm going to be a chef. A chef, of course. And notice, at this moment, Natsuo already knows he wants to be a writer, and Rui is right on board. She says, I thought about it. The moments when I've been happiest are the times I've made people happy with the dishes that I've made. How many people get to that point where they're able to kind of take something that they love and turn it into their career? I feel like that's what I'm doing now, and I feel like there's a lot of people who do that, but I think it's a really rare thing, and it's really beautiful when someone can kind of come to this place. And the fact that she's able to communicate this to Natsuo is something that's really powerful, and that brings me to my last point. Rui has a very, very strong identity of who she is. She is willing to confess her feelings honestly. They can both be stubborn sometimes, don't get me wrong. But at the end of the day, I think Rui is she's sure of herself. You know, I remember back in the anime, Hina used to say, Rui, I've always envied how you can just do what you want. When I found you kissing Natsuo on the bed, I just was jealous because I felt like I could never do that. I felt like I had to be an adult. I felt like I had to be responsible. I couldn't do things like that. This was indecent. This is wrong. And you did it anyway. You did what you want. You weren't waiting for someone to give you permission. You took charge. You know, Rui is that way, and that is incredibly attractive and incredible and cool. On that note, what I just said, she said, just like how you want to move hearts with your novels, I want to bring happiness to people with my food. She knows what she wants. And in this moment here, when Natsuo broke his leg and he was having a really hard time writing and he was just sick, she wants to write for Natsuo, help him with his writing. She's like, even though he says, no, it's okay, it's fine, she knows what she wants. In this moment here, she says, when Hina is found to be it runs away and all this type of stuff, Rui says, "You can just write for my sake from now on." And honestly, to tell someone who just broke up with the love of his life, "Nah, don't worry about writing for the woman that you loved. You can just write for my sake from now on." Bold! How bold! This is like, Rui is like, just, she says what she wants, she does what she wants, and I just find her really cool for this, you know? And you know, you never have to wonder what she's thinking. Obviously, the breakup was really, really hard, and that still hurt me, even as a Hina fan. I mean, it just kind of happened. It was cold, okay? But it ended up working out because Natsuo was playing his part. He never lost faith in their love, and Rui never did as well. So everyone has flaws, but at the end of the day, these are my 5 reasons, and overall, I think they have really great communication. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for this video. I look forward to making more videos like this. Hey guys, let me know in the comment section if you like the format of this video, if you want to see more top 5s, and yeah guys, thank you so much. I'll see you next time.